So I just want to welcome each and every one of you for taking time out of your, well, maybe busy or not so busy schedule. I know many people are busier than they've ever been, and I know there's a lot of other people that are really struggling. So I'm just putting it out there to the universe right now that have so much compassion for everybody in this world. We're all in this together, and we're all here to support each other. My name is Marisa Maggio-Harelson. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's a beautiful sunny day here today. I have with me my dear friend and business partner, Kathy M. King in Reno, Nevada, who used to live here in Phoenix. Kathy is a nurse, a nutritional therapist, a functional nutritional therapist, and also worked at an integrative cancer clinic as well. When it comes to let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food, that woman that's how we connected. She was doing a talk on nutrition, and I got a flyer in my email that she was going to be speaking, and I saw what she was all about, better world nutrition, and I was like, whoa, she needs to know about what I do. So that's how that began over 6 years ago. So we're both going to share with you our passion, our hearts. Thank the person that invited you on this call today, because what you're going to learn about, there's nothing on this planet clinically proven to do what these products are doing, the compelling science behind them. And we're talking about activation. We're talking about activation, not supplementation. And we're talking about optimizing your cellular health. And we have medical breakthrough products backed by the highest levels of clinical peer-reviewed research. So this is a gift to know about, especially today in this modern world where we're all needing to really take care of our health, our breath, our lungs, our immune system. And so while our company will not ever make a medical claim, you need to know about what these products are doing to optimize your health. So I overheard about LifeVantage 8 years ago, and Kathy's going to share her story as well in just a few seconds. I'm going to first kind of introduce you to where we are today as a company. LifeVantage, publicly traded on the NASDAQ, bringing a medical breakthrough product to market, and we are going global. So I'm so happy you're on this call to just hear about this. Our company is mostly customers, so maybe that'll speak to you today. But if you do decide to do the business, we have to be very upfront and say everybody's results will be different and unique. It depends on what you put into this business. But when you hear what Kathy and I are doing and why we're doing what we're doing, we feel we're on a mission to help make this world a better place. There are 4 components to our company, and 4 components that are critically important if you're looking at an opportunity. 1, you got to have products. We have compelling scientific breakthrough products that have the highest levels of research. We have a compensation plan like no other, and you'll see what we're talking about in just a few minutes. The timing couldn't be better. We are at the forefront of a pioneering science called nutrigenomics, nutrition for your genes, changing gene expression through nutrition and naturally occurring compounds. And Kathy can talk a little bit more about that and why she got so passionate about this. And then we have an amazing system. And you need those 4 components. If you're even looking at a business, you need to understand you got to have a system for success. Getting to the products though, I'm going to turn it over to Kathy. As I mentioned, Kathy is a nurse and a nutritional therapist, and she's going to share with you how this company began, but also share with you a little bit about herself. Hi, Kathy. Thank you so much for being on. You have to unmute.
There we go. Okay. Thank you so much, Marisa, for that introduction. And you guys, I'm so excited that all of you are on here. I feel like I have like people right now that are representing like different time periods during my life over the last, 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. And so it's really exciting, as much as we're all quarantined right now, we have this wonderful technology that can bring us all together. And so I'm just really super grateful for that. But, before I get into talking a little bit about LifeVantage, I just kind of want to bring some of you up to date where I'm at and really what happened for me and how I got involved in this business and also with these products and what it was that I saw for myself. And Some of you know I used to live in Maine many years ago. It's been like 8 or 9 years now. I can't even believe it. But I was working. I was living. I was a mom, a wife. I was raising 3 children, and I was working as a nurse at a women's health clinic. And we did a lot of integrative and functional medicine there. And I was a nurse there, and it was a really awesome time in my life because I was learning so much, and we had such a great team. And the thing was, is that I had worked, in and out of hospitals through the years. But the biggest thing for me was that I found that I was just so much more drawn to, finding ways that our bodies can naturally heal rather than using synthetics and synthetic compounds, even though we sometimes need those medicines. I wanted to really get at what true health was. And I had been somebody that was always keeping my antenna up for things that could actually help me to feel better. For many years, I had suffered with low mood and low energy, and just really knew that I could feel better in my body. So I always kind of had my antenna up for that. But fast forward a few years, and my husband and I found ourselves at a time, you guys remember the last time, maybe 2008, 2009, when the economy tanked, kind of similar to what we're experiencing right now. And, the bottom fell out of us on our finances. And we found ourselves having to make some decisions. And we ended up moving across the country to Arizona. And I'll tell you guys, it was really hard. By the time I got to Arizona, I had, literally lost my home, lost my community. My kids were out of the house, so I was an empty nester. And also our family had gone through some really rough times. We had lost 4 family members within a period of just 2 years. Both of them, both my parents and a nephew and a brother-in-law. And I'll tell you, when I got to Arizona, I was really grieving, but I had my, I was keeping myself open to just anything because I felt this shift happening. I felt a lot of changes happening in my life, and I was looking for something. I wasn't really sure what. And I received a phone call one day after really kind of like being on my knees and praying for something, because we had gone through a lot of financial hardship as well. And we were really kind of I was looking for something. And I remember using the word lucrative, something lucrative that I could do. And one day I received a phone call from Marisa. And she, like she said, she had seen my ad for a nutrition workshop, and kind of the rest is history. And she became my yoga teacher and my friend. And, I fell into this in a way that I didn't find it. It really found me. So LifeVantage, really what we began with a single question. And the question was, what if declining health was something that we didn't have to accept as we were getting older? And what if you could actually slow down the aging process? And what we're learning now, one of the first discoveries was that we know that our genes are not set. Our genes, really only about a very small percentage, maybe less than 5% of our genes are actually set. They're encrypted. The rest of them, we can actually flip those switches on our genes. And what happened was, years later, through scientific research and discovery, we found a way that we could actually flip those switches. And in 2003, LifeVantage was formed, and they were a biotech company. They started in a lab. And what happened was, in 2005, ABC News got wind of a study. Their chief science officer found a study that said this company had discovered something that could actually slow down aging, that it could reduce something in the body called oxidative stress. And when I heard that, I was like, I'll tell you, I was a little skeptical at first, but as I looked into this company and I looked into the scientific research and validation that they had, it was very intriguing to me. And I was seeing studies from Harvard and Colorado State and Louisiana State and University of Colorado and many, many other universities that had actually funded their own research on these studies. And so in 2003, these products were just being sold retail. They were a little biotech lab. And in 2005, ABC News went in and they did an expose on this company. And there was a flurry of media attention at that time. And the other thing that happened was, again, these universities called Dr. McCord and asked if they could start funding their own research on these studies. So by the time I joined the company, we had 16 peer-reviewed published studies on PubMed.gov. And some of you that are in the medical field know how difficult it is to actually get a peer-reviewed study published on, and you can write this down, PubMed.gov, and that is the National Institutes of Health's website. So LifeVantage, as they evolved, they introduced this concept called activation. So what if we no longer had to supplement our bodies, but that we could actually activate ourselves? And so this concept of the 3 theories of aging was born. We started with NRF2 activation, which is this theory, this first theory of oxidative stress. So what we know and what I had learned through studying functional medicine and nutrition and things like that was that our bodies start to take on this oxidative stress, this extra load of toxicity within our body, and it can accumulate. And that causes free radical damage. And everybody's levels of free radical damage are different depending on their levels of stress. And we know that anything can cause stress. Emotional and psychological stress is just as damaging as the stress that we get from our environment. We're bombarded constantly by, things in our air, in our food, and in our water, pesticides, toxic chemicals, pollutants. And these are all impacting these different organ systems within our body. We've got the skin, the heart, the lungs, you name it. All of those organ systems get affected by this oxidative stress. And in 2005, this product, Protandim NRF2 Synergizer, was featured. And this product has the unique ability to switch on something that we're calling, it's the NRF2 pathway. And this is a new discovery, guys. Even though our company has been around for 10 years, there are very few people that really know and understand about this science. And NRF2 is continuing to be studied very rigorously. I mean, we don't even really know everything that NRF2 pathway does. That's what's so exciting about it. But this product contains 5 ingredients. You can see there, milk thistle, bacopa, ashwagandha, green tea, and turmeric, all very powerful substances in and of themselves. But when they are put together in this synergistic formulation, it flips that switch, it turns on that activation, and it lowers oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. And that was in our first study. It turns on some enzymes called superoxide dismutase, SOD, catalase, and glutathione by 300%, you guys, which is huge. We're hearing a lot about glutathione these days and its ability to actually support the immune system. So these are really, really important functions. And as we age, that NRF2 pathway gets shut down. Right about, they say it, things switch over right about age 40 or so. And we start, our oxidative stress starts to compile. And what's exciting is that the research on this product and the discovery was that we're actually eliminating 1 million free radicals per second every second. When you eat your healthy foods like your blueberries, oranges, and you take your vitamin C or you drink red wine, you're talking about a 1-to-1 ratio. With Protandim NRF2 Synergizer, you are eliminating 1 million free radicals per second every second, and it doesn't get used up. So essentially, without Protandim, you're increasing your oxidative stress. We can do many, many things to help reduce that, stress relieving factors, meditation, yoga, good eating, keeping our bodies healthy, exercising, but we can only do so much. And what happens is that those scales get tipped, and then we move into that, into where our bodies start to decompensate over time. And so this is helping you to gain an edge. And you guys, one of our studies was actually shown to, this was a mouse study that was published back a few years ago. And it actually showed that Protandim, it was a 10-year study done by the National Institutes on Aging, that Protandim actually reduced the free radical damage enough that it was slowing down the aging process and adding approximately 5 to 7 years of additional lifespan. And Marisa, I don't know if you want to go back to that other slide. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then here you just see that these are where some of the peer-reviewed studies are published in these very reputable journals and by very reputable universities. So there's a lot more to the story. But Washington State University a couple of years ago basically did a peer review of the literature on Nerf2. And what their findings was that Nerf2 was most likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. And it may become the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of health. And that was a very, very exciting finding. They actually compared Protandim to like 3 or 4 other supplements. And what they found was that this Protandim, the branded product Protandim, was the only one that actually showed that reduction of oxidative stress to the degree that we were actually, taking off some years off of life. So the second theory of aging is all about the mitochondrial decline. And you guys, I watched this incredible presentation recently about mitochondria and learned so much. It was so interesting. And what's really cool is that the mitochondria is actually the first life form on the planet. So back in the day, we existed as mitochondria, just this single cell organism. Now we know that the mitochondria are actually a very, very important part of our cells, and it's actually where so much of our ATP is made. So the number one thing you hear that people go to their doctors and their number one complaint is fatigue. And what we know is that as we age, we are losing mitochondria. The function of the mitochondria is breaking down. We're losing mitochondria. We're not rebuilding them. So our second theory of aging, what we're doing is we have created a product, and this is the NRF1 pathway now, which again, flips the switch and turns on the body's ability to restore and repair those dysfunctional mitochondria. And we've got 5 very important ingredients again, and it's not the individual ingredients themselves. It is, but it's also about the combination that is creating that synergy to turn on those switches, to turn on those pathways. And so we're slowing the cellular aging, supporting the chromosomes. It improves sleep, improving cellular repair, cognitive, brain, circulatory, cardiovascular. These are all really important things. So we are upregulating the body's ability to perform in those functions. You also see down at the bottom too, we have banned substance control group certification and the NSF seal of approval. All of our products are very, very like the highest manufacturing standards that you can find. The third theory of aging is all about sirtuin activity. And some of you may have been hearing about something called NAD. And so what scientists have discovered is that there are these proteins, they're called sirtuins, and we have 7 of them. And when you can turn on the activity of those 7 sirtuin proteins, you're actually, again, upregulating the body's ability to slow down that aging process. The sirtuins the NAD is like the CEO of the cell. It is actually sending out messages for all kinds of different cellular functions. And it's made up of 4 ingredients, the theacrine, wasabi, the cuprous niacin, and the olive leaf extract. Again, all very important components in their own right. So this is supporting our longevity, and it's increasing that mental focus, the concentration, the positive mood, the healthy inflammatory responses, and cholesterol and the cardiovascular system. And you guys, I have to say that with each addition of each product, I have felt actually, like a resurgence of my body, just like stimulating certain parts of my body enough that I am actually feeling the difference. The thing that I'm noticing most about this sirtuin product is that I feel like my memory and my recall is much sharper. Like how sometimes especially as we go older, we just forget things, we forget words, we're trying to think of a word and we can't. And I just feel like that recall has just bumped up so much better since the addition of this product. So it's very exciting. And again, this Tri-Synergizer is kind of the foundation now of our product line. And it all began with that LifeVantage NRF2 Synergizer. And what we're seeing now, although, and you guys, this is really exciting, is that we know that NRF2 turned on those genes and reduced the oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. With the addition of the NRF1 and the Tri-Synergizer, we are seeing this huge skyrocket in the effectiveness of that Protandim NRF2 Synergizer. When we added the mitochondria product, and then we added the sirtuin product, what you're seeing is that these different genes that we measured were increased tremendously. The NRF2, the oxidative stress and detoxification increased by 73%. The inflammatory, the ability of the products to reduce inflammation increased by 838%. And if you guys want more information about this, we're not going to go into a lot of depth here, but I can definitely get you that information. So those are basically the 3 product pillars. And everything about our products, like I said, highest manufacturing standards, non-GMO, no artificial colors, flavors, sweeteners. And that's really what people look for. That's what I look for in a product. And I just have to say that each time the company has added a new product, I've been a little nervous because I'm like, oh, is it going to live up to my standards of what it is that I'm looking for? And I have to say this company has delivered every single time. So because we are a business, we can't, we've got to create other products. And we've got some other things here that are really, truly, in and of themselves, groundbreaking. Our Vitality Stack, which is made up of the NRF2 and the NRF1, this was before we had the NAD product, in Omega, a wonderful Omega, and a probiotic, which I'll talk about. That Vitality Stack actually was recognized by the International Stevies a very prestigious business award. And we were out less than a year with that Vitality Stack, and we received a bronze medal in the category, or a bronze notification in that category of pharmaceutical and natural health products. So that was huge for us. The Axio is basically NRF2 for the brain. This is a drink, and I'm actually drinking a little bit right now. This is kind of like my morning cup of coffee, but it's so much more, you guys, because what it's doing is it's activating those neurotransmitters within the brain. It's turning on that brain function. So it's giving you more of a quicker energy, a quicker boost, but we're seeing the improvement in the mood, the concentration, the focus. If you've got to get a task done, or I often will drink this before I go to exercise, and it just gives me that extra edge, and it's really wonderful. Tastes great. The probiotic, this ProBio is very unique. It has 2 things that I'm going to quickly just mention. One is that we have something called a biotract, and most of the time you see those probiotics in this little gelatin capsule. And what happens is when it hits the high levels of acid in the stomach, most of it gets destroyed, and there's only about a 4% delivery rate to the small intestine. With this ProBio, we've measured a 60% delivery rate, and it is then transmitted to the different parts of the small intestine where that probiotic is needed. We've also got something in there called beta glucans, and those are also to help support the immune function. The Omega is a wonderful, very, very clean. We're always looking for clean omega-3 products, right? Because we get too many omega-6s in our body. So what we need to do is balance that out with an omega-3. This also contains vitamin D and omega-7s, which are also great for balancing the immune system. And also you need omegas, right, for skin, for eyes, for cardiovascular system, for helping with inflammation. Many, many good things come out of using omega. It's very clean. We fish in the cleanest waters in the world, and we can trace every bottle back to the boat where the fish were caught. We're not a weight management company, but we've developed a line of healthy living products that actually can help people support their bodies during weight loss. with a very wonderful clean whey protein shake. We've got a prebiotic, which goes really wonderfully with that probiotic. And it gives you what your body needs to help feed the healthy probiotics. So that's a wonderful product that was added about a year ago. The Physique fat burn is also really great for helping to reduce that toxic fat around the middle. And that's, right in that area where we know is the greatest, adds the great amount of stress to the body. When I began this company, we had Nerf 2. We had one bottle of skincare. And this True Science skincare system is also Nerf 2 activated. We had 3 studies from Louisiana State University that were funded by that university on Nerf 2. And what they found was that they did some incredible studies on skin cancer, and it was reducing the different aspects of the skin cancer. I won't get into that too much here, but so much so that they developed a skincare line that actually reduces the fine lines, aging, the wrinkles, but also adds extra protection to the skin with a unique science. The True Science hair care system also received a Stevie last year, a Stevie Award. We were recognized as the best new product. And what I love too about the skincare and the hair care system is that we have, there's a company out there called Think Dirty. And you can actually get the app on your phone. And what it does is it rates different products for their levels of toxicity. And so all of our products are in that green zone. We have rates on a scale of 0 to 10. And so all of our products are in that 0 to 2 range in terms of the level of toxicity. So if you look at your, look at your shampoo that you're using, look at your skincare that you're using, that you're putting that on your skin, which your skin is the largest organ. It absorbs within 15 seconds. And the same with your scalp, right? You're putting that shampoo on there, the conditioner. What that does is it cleans out those pores and it makes them more receptive to cleaning out those pores and making healthy hair growth. And then we have a wonderful serum that has hair gel in it, beautiful product that is actually helping to stimulate the growth of new hair. Pet Tandem is a wonderful product as well. It's basically that Nerf 2 activation for dogs. And what we see is that people started giving that basic Nerf 2 product to their dogs and cats and horses. And dogs have 7 times the oxidative stress levels that we do. And dogs were starting to, gain mobility back. They were more alert. They were happier. They were wagging their tails again. And so there was a incredible study done by Prescott Animal Hospital on this product as well. You can even go to YouTube and you can see, type in Protandim and dogs, and you can see some wonderful stories of people that have had incredible responses with their pets. So that's quickly a little bit of our rest of our product line. And if you were interested in knowing how this business worked, we have different ways that you can get started. We have a silver pack, a gold pack, and a platinum pack. Basically, the platinum pack gives you a sampling of all of our products and then some at a terrific savings, even savings off the wholesale price. Which again, once you join the company, if you even just join as a customer, you're going to get that wholesale pricing with a subscription. And that's something that you can basically navigate yourselves. But these 3 different packs are basically how people get started with a business in a box. And this month, our company, in a gesture just to help people out, is waiving that $50 entry fee, which is basically gives you your business kit. It gives you your website. And you guys, if you haven't seen this website, you can go to my website, kathymking.lifevantage.com. And it is a beautiful website with product information on there, with a blog, with all kinds of things. You can just learn tons about this, industry of activation on that website. And that the company will give you that website. You have so many other features that go along with owning that business site. And you can, sign up your family and friends, things like that, if that's something that speaks to you. And the other beautiful thing is that you can literally run this business off of your phone. We want to make this as easy as calling an Uber. So that's the technology that our company is using, that you can, you can basically run a business from anywhere. And, that was another side of my story, you guys, because we had made this huge move. I had kids living in different parts of the continent at the time, but now in different parts of the United States. I didn't want to be tied down to a job anymore. I wanted to have the freedom to be able to go and visit my children, visit my family, visit my friends that live in different parts of the country, and have that freedom and that mobility. So that's what really intrigued me about this. Plus, I would get to share something that I know is really impacting people's health. And then, just continue to add value to people with my level of knowledge that I've accumulated over the last, several decades. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to turn this part of the presentation over to Marisa. And she is going to quickly go over like how to make money, our compensation, our timing, and a little bit more about our company, and just bring you up to date with that. But thank you so much, Marisa.
Thank you, Kathy. Oh, I love listening to you talk about our products. They're amazing. And you want all of them. I tell you, you do. So that's where I was. And I wasn't looking for LifeVantage when LifeVantage found me. I was in a really difficult place. My mom had died about 8 months prior to me learning about it. This was 8 years ago. I overheard a conversation at yoga, and I was intrigued about the health benefits of what they were talking about, what this woman, another yoga teacher, was talking about. And I just asked her, and she pointed to another one of my students and said, go talk to her, which I did. And really the rest is history. She showed me that ABC Primetime investigative report. If you have not watched it after this webinar, which will be done in about 5 minutes, you can go to biohackandactivate.com, biohackandactivate.com, and watch that ABC report, and then get back to the person that actually invited you to be on this webinar today. But we pay, the business isn't for everybody. 90% of LifeVantage is customer based, which says a lot for what we have our hands on with LifeVantage. We want all these products in people's bodies, especially the Tri-Synergizer, especially today with all that's going on in the world. Get on a probiotic, get your gut clean so your immune system is clean. But if you see yourself databasing people in your head, like I'm thinking of this person and this person, you might think about coming in on one of those packs, or we can create something for you to make it work for you right now. I love that our company is really thinking about people and offering that starter kit for free right now. And if you qualify for commissions, if you have over what we call 200 personal volume points in your business monthly, then you qualify for full commissions. And that's 40% on any new customer's first time order, and 40% on a distributor pack forever. And so that's pretty amazing. We have many different ways we pay. I won't get into all of that. I do want to point out that when you hit the elite ranks, like if you do this, 3 to 5 years is going to happen with or without an opportunity in our life. Look at what's happening in the world today. This is where I just say, if we're not doing backflips over where we want to be financially in 3 to 5 years, take a look at a supplemental way to earn income that's working for you while you sleep. This business of network marketing is the business of the 21st century. Top entrepreneurs all over the world are talking about it. And, you can create supplemental income to get paid the same week. And that's a lot of people. Who do you know that needs additional income right now? We're not attached to people joining our business. We know what we have our hands on. And I am attached to helping people, and we have incredible products. So we pay weekly and we pay monthly. The elite bonus pool is when you hit the elite ranks of what we call Pro 7. We have levels 1 through 10. You take part in what's called global revenue sharing. And I don't need to get into all the particulars now. You can get back to the person that invited you. And then how do you earn income? How do you make some money? Well, if you come in on that distributor kit and you have at least 200 PV, you're going to qualify for the maximum commission of 40%. We could talk to you a little bit more about all of that. And then if someone comes in on one of those packs, that's a one-time purchase. You've got a business in a box, basically a virtual online store for $1,200 instead of $1,250, or $600 instead of $650, or $300 instead of $350. And how do you get your return on investment? Well, you just share it with people, and 3 people come in on one of the packs that you came in on, and you're going to get a 40% commission. So now you've gotten your products for free, which were already discounted immensely by coming in on one of the packs, and you're ready to build a global business. So you've got your products for free. You've got this incredible website that would cost at least $500,000, I think, to do what it does, that keeps track of your business. It's phenomenal. And here's just when people want to be a customer, and like we mentioned, 90% of our business is customer based. Off of one bottle of Protandim, you can earn that week $16 extra, or a Tri-Synergizer, $40 extra. And that's pretty extraordinary. We pay very well. We are the marketing. And you can see that big box store shelves are going by the wayside. People are connecting. It's belly to belly, eye to eye, and now Zoom to Zoom. So here we are working from home or anywhere in the world. We get to share. We can send videos from our app. We have an incredible app. We have a virtual office that our company manages for us. And you don't have to keep inventory. That's the beautiful part. People go on your website and order. We have a gift here that we're sharing. We're sharing health beyond what is currently out there, and we're creating opportunity for those that have a little bit of an entrepreneurial spirit. Well, I didn't grow up in an entrepreneurial home, and I learned nothing about business, and I learned nothing about timing, but I've learned a lot since I joined LifeVantage. I'll share a little bit of that toward the end of this, but hardly anyone knows about us. So that's the beautiful part of LifeVantage right now, is that we are pioneers of this beautiful $1 trillion a year industry, the wellness industry, the largest economic trend in world history. And we have a breakthrough product. We have activators, not supplements. We're not Me Too products. We are category creating. And you can see that the wellness industry is rising. The sales have increased in the last 8 years, and look at what's declining. Look at the other entities: clothing, accessories, leisure, educational, personal care. It is the most important economic trend in world history. And if you go to PubMed, where the studies are on Protandim, where doctors go and researchers, people that need to find out more about issues and studies, then you go to PubMed, you type in oxidative stress. Guys, oxidative stress is why people are getting issues in their tissues. There's over 220,000 studies today. When I started LifeVantage, there were about 40,000 studies on oxidative stress. It is rising every day because it is the root cause of why we get disease and why we get issues. So what we're doing is we're flipping the switch of your DNA, activating it, making it do what it used to do, so that you feel better and you are a better performing human being on the planet. So finally, just showing you a little bit of the growth that LifeVantage has had over the years. Our CEO has been elected as one of the board of directors for the Direct Selling Association. That is a huge honor. 2019 was a huge year for LifeVantage. We expanded into Europe. We expanded into Spain. We opened in Spain. We were also voted as the best places to work for the 3rd year running. We also launched in Ireland as part of our expanding European market. Erin Brockovich, do you know who she is? Erin Brockovich, Julia Roberts, of course, won an Oscar for Best Actress, but Erin Brockovich is a huge wellness advocate. And we were so honored when she decided to say, yes, I'm going to be a part of this company that is changing the world and changing lives. So that that health advocate doesn't do anything lightly. So we're honored to have Erin a part of LifeVantage. Also, as Kathy mentioned, our hair care system and our Vitality Stack won international business awards. We've launched now in Belgium. We've been added to the Russell 3000 index, which is huge on Wall Street. The financial world is taking note of us. And LifeVantage celebrated its 10th anniversary this past summer, and we also had our company history highest annual revenue in the 4th quarter. And we opened with NAD. Protandim NAD came to us. Well, we launched that in October, so that was huge. And putting those 3 products together, the Tri-Synergizer is phenomenal for optimizing your health. And we've also opened in New Zealand. Who do you know in New Zealand? And it's not even the people that you know, it's the people they know. And then finally, we've had our highest quarterly revenue in company history in 2020. So we announced free shipping, which is just beautiful. In January, our CEO rang the closing bell on Wall Street. Wall Street asked us to ring the closing bell during Wellness Week. And it was so beautiful to see LifeVantage up there in the lights and on Wall Street. And then finally, we are the official sponsor for Real Salt Lake. So can you see, I mean, when I started 8 years ago, we didn't have all of this, trust me, but I knew we had Pro-Tandem NRF2. And I knew that was the most important product. If you were a breathing human being, you needed to be on that. But we are the official sponsors for Real Salt Lake. They're on our products as well, the soccer team. And we've now opened in 21 markets, expanding into Indonesia and Malaysia as well. And one of the things I love most about LifeVantage is that we give back to community. And this is extraordinary here. We have a 501(c) legacy program that whatever you donate to our company will match. We've been able to go down to Rocky Point, Mexico for several years and build homes for families basically living in cardboard boxes. My kids, my husband and I have done that 2 years in a row, and it's just absolutely extraordinary. Building 5 homes in 4 days, providing meals for 250 families. I just can't even tell you what that does to your heart, and how your children get to see, you know, a company that is really, truly changing the world, helping people be healthier, helping people be the CEOs of their own life, and giving back to community. We have different ways that we pay, and this is our monthly, every month, the company will give you what you're called your leveraged income check, your monthly check. So you get paid weekly, but you also get paid monthly as you get a team and you have all these customers and distributors in your organization. And a Pro 3 is, I love that they pay really well. It's like a middle class ranks, over $600 a month. That's happening with or without them doing anything. They've got this leveraged income. They've got a team that's doing stuff. And of course they're helping, because listen, I'll never stop helping people in LifeVantage. I know what I have my hands on, and I just want to give back to the world. And it really is a mission that we have and a movement that we have. So Pro 3 is about 5,000 organizational points in your business. That's a couple people in your organization that see it like you do and are starting to share and getting customers and maybe 1 or 2 more distributors. A Pro 5, which is what Kathy is, a Premier Pro 5, is over 20,000 organizational volume points coming through your business. And you can see that that's a really nice paycheck, over 3,000. Can you imagine what that would do for a family today? Can you imagine what 200 or 600 would do? Typically in this profession, during times of economic upheaval, this profession does extraordinarily well. So I feel very blessed that I've been a part of LifeVantage for 8 years. I'm an elite Pro 8. This is a Pro 7 average, what you're seeing. That's the first rank of being an elite distributor in LifeVantage, where you take part in global revenue sharing. And it's truly life-changing. I've never earned income like that when I worked as a television news reporter and anchor. I never hit 6 figures. I worked maybe 60 hours a week. My parents were growing up in Kentucky. You know, money is energy, and it's okay to like money, because you can do a lot. You can change the world. You can help people. And you can provide opportunities for people and for yourself that maybe you couldn't before. Well, I grew up in Kentucky in Lexington, and my parents argued all the time about what we didn't have. I'm the youngest of 5 kids. So that's what I grew up around. And it took a lifetime basically to release those shackles of financial stress. And LifeVantage is the reason. I've learned more in this business about business than I ever learned working for anybody, or even having my own little marketing and PR company from home. So the sky is the limit. It's limitless here for people. We have Executive Master Pro 10s and beyond. And I didn't even look at the elite ranks when I started LifeVantage, because I didn't feel that I was worth that. Can you believe that? So this is a shift in your mindset as far as growth, personal growth and development, I find is the best part of LifeVantage. So you might be asking yourself, can I do this? when I saw that ABC, I knew I was going to share this, but I didn't know how. So I just locked arms with people that were better than me, that were mentors, that understood this business and didn't sit on the couch and say it didn't work. I've tried network marketing and it doesn't work. Network marketing is the most beautiful profession you could ever possibly want to be a part of when you find the right company. And that's why we're sharing with you all these different components of our company so that you can make an educated choice, or maybe you know somebody that needs a little bit of income or part-time income or life-changing income, because we have the system to help you get to where you want to be. And that's really the gift here in LifeVantage with 24-hour support. We help you launch. We help you learn this business. You don't have to know anything to get started. And we help you learn how to be a leader if that's something that you want to do. I didn't think I was going to be a leader because I'd never led anything in my life. I was pretty much a follower, to be honest with you. And this will totally, when you find your passion, and you see what these products are doing for people and how they are changing their lives, it's just beautiful. We have a lot of training. We have weekly training, especially now on Zoom. So get back to the person that shared this with you. And we'd have all the ways. I call it a gourmet buffet, and you can pick and choose what it is that you want. So our final slide basically is to say, hey, you need more information, get back to the person that invited you. If you want to become a customer, please get back to them and get started today on optimizing your health. And if you are wanting to join the team, do it today. Do not waste a 1 second. Don't worry about, can I do this? Just say yes to an opportunity. That's what entrepreneurs say, and they learn to find out how to do it later. And you lock arms with the people, and you just thank that person that invited you, because we truly have a gift. So I want to thank you all so much for being on this call today. It's my honor and my privilege to have you. And I just love LifeVantage. I love the people and these beautiful faces. Thank you so much.